Hi everyone, and thank you for coming to listen to my speech. I'm Dwight.G.
I'd like you to imagine you're 18 years old. You have now finished your final season, whichever sport you play, whichever sport you've been playing, and now you have to choose among a group of schools that want you to come play for them, to come help make their team more money and make a bigger name for themselves. You were told to come play for some school, risk your body every day, and to perform at a level that not many people can believe. You may be on scholarship, and if you don't perform as well as they want you to, your scholarship is taken away. If you're injured in any way or your grades are poor, your scholarship is taken away. Only a few people make it on to play collegiate sports, and your chances being less than one. Sorry about that. Your chances being less than one, and playing professional sports being even slimmer. But you still work every day. You still go hard every single day, possibly not to get anything of it. Being a college athlete myself, I know how hard it is to balance school, trying to work a part-time job, and play your sport at your greatest potential. All the practices, all the games, and trying to find time to work out by yourself. It's not easy, which is why I feel as though college athletes at the Division I level and Division II level should be paid. I'm going to tell you why I think they should get paid and why they might not be getting paid. First, college students should be getting paid because a student athlete is a full-time job. With practice and games a full week, you now exceeded about 40 hours, which is a normal person's working week. If you add the hours a student is in class and the time it takes to study, to do homework for a normal student, you now have exceeded about 50 to 60 hours. College students can barely afford to live as it is, and now that you have to take on so much with sports, college students can barely afford to live as it is. Now they have to take so much time on sports they were recruited for on their books that they could lose their scholarships over. People look at it as a small price to pay when being on a full scholarship. But those full scholarship might be the only means as to which some students may even be able to make it into school. To feed themselves and clothe themselves, students have to have a part-time job. And now while spending 50 to 60 hours on your sports and your school, you now have to spend your time on the weekend, about 10 to 15 hours on a job just so you can live. You are now exceeding over 70 to 80 hours per week just to be a student athlete. Also, paying college players makes the sport more competitive because instead of working, they may be able to focus more on their sport and it helps people work harder because if you want to get paid more, you're going to want to play harder and you're going to want to be better. Even if you just get paid off the sales of your apparel or you can even design shoes like pro players do. You can do a lot of things, anything that can really have your name on it. As long as your name is on it and you can receive the funds from it, that should be good enough. The NCAA is a billion-dollar business. Some Division I schools bring in more revenue than NBA and NHL teams. Secondly, the reason why they might not pay college athletes. Amateurs getting paid. They wouldn't know what to do with the money or how to manage it. At 18 years old, what are you going to do with your own money? What are you going to do with thousands of dollars? How do you expect anyone, without having an agent or having anyone to care for your money, to just look over you? You're away at school, you don't have your parents, you don't have anybody but yourself. Colin Cowherd, a sports analyst, once said, "I don't think paying all college athletes is great. Not every college is loaded, and most 19-year-olds are going to spend it. Let's be honest, they're going to spend the money on weed and shoes." Also, athletes may never go to class. They might not want to go if you give them money. They might not want to go even by themselves, even if you don't pay them. And now with just paying them, they have no incentive to even show up to class because now they're just showing up to school and playing their sport just to get paid. Giving the players money takes away from their love and passion for the game. You now work with a pro mindset, and the motive becomes all about money. And how will they choose to pay everyone? Do they give everyone the same amount of money? Do certain players make more money than others? Should an All-American get paid more than a regular amateur player? This I took from a man named Malcolm Lemons in a Huffington Post. Finally, colleges paying student athletes should really be considered. Being a student athlete myself, you see that sports really take a toll on your body, mentally and physically. For people to ask so much of you for a dream that might not happen, you can love your sport to death. But when I was once told that you'll love it until it becomes a job. Now raise your hand if you like going to work. Thank you.